Hello there everybody, it's time to do another vinyl tag. What, you might think, didn't he just do a vinyl tag in the previous video? Yes, but there are two vinyl tags going on in the vinyl community. First, the official one that I just have done, and also an unofficial one. You might call it the bootleg version, since we are a vinyl community. As I do love doing vinyl tags, I guess it would be pretty obvious to do both. So here are my responses to the unofficial vinyl tag that were started by Bip Bop Boom, that I didn't know of actually, and that I discovered through Vinyl Richie. So this will be very interesting. Some of the questions were the same, but most of them were new ones. And the one who were same, I have tried to come up with new answers, even though it wasn't all that easy. The first question was sexiest album cover. What defines sexy? It's not easy. I went with this one. Woman that I still think is one of the sexiest women alive. And I thought so also back when I was in high school when I bought this album. This is one of the first albums I bought back in 1988. It's German singer Sandra. And it is her compilation that she released then, 10 on 1, the singles. I thought then that this album cover was pretty hot back then. So I go with this one. Scariest cover. Many scary covers are connected to the hard rock or heavy metal genre that I don't have all that much with. But I think this one is pretty scary. Some of these answers here are also connected to my fascination of stuff that are so horrible that made you think, why are this on vinyl? And this cover is not good. I've shown this like many other records here before, but I must show it again. The Red Norvo Trio and the album from Rondolet, with this cover with this huge bird and a sack with plastic dolls, which is supposed to symbolize babies, I guess. I guess it's supposed to look like newborn, something beautiful, bird coming with the newborn babies, like in the past mythologies, but it looks more scary. Cool center label, and you might remember that I had problem in my original vinyl tag video that I have hard time finding center label that were outside the original ones that normal record label uses. And then I showed the jazz label Bluebird center label. And since I guess it's much more fun that if I show something different than showing the same label again, I picked this one. This is from David Bowie's Best of 7 Months in America, which were released a couple of years ago on vinyl. And the center label doesn't look all that different from the album cover, but I think it made it pretty cool as a center label. So I go with this one. David Bowie's Best of 7 Months in America. Highly recommended live album, by the way. Soundtrack. I could have gone with Star Wars that I really like as a soundtrack. I could also have picked any one from my James Bond soundtrack collection that I also like very much. But I picked this one. This is Swedish related. This is a soundtrack for Stig Larsson's Millennium Trilogy. I guess many of you have seen the movie Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which was followed up by Girl Who Played with Fire and the Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nests. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is with Daniel Craig, if I'm not wrong. I have not seen the American version. I've only seen the Swedish trilogy, and this is the soundtrack from that Swedish movies of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and this is very relaxing, with strings and very, very relaxing and awesome mood. Really, really fantastic and great soundtrack. An album with someone wearing diaper or underwear, and aside from these dolls, I don't have all that much covers with babies. So I went for option number 2, underwear. And maybe this could have gone as Sexiest album cover, I don't know. But Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy, with this girl in panties. We have also then number 7, best album from 2019, and there I say the same as I did in my original vinyl tag video. I have been listening to a whole lot more new music than I could ever imagine during 2019, but I have not listened to a whole album from 2019. I haven't been that much interested in new music, so I can't give any answer actually. And the same goes with question number 8, favorite album by Ramones. I don't listen to Ramones. I don't own a Ramone album, so I can't show any. Number 9, an autographed album. I have some autographed with Swedish artists, but I'm not that huge fan of autographs. I think that an autograph is a handwriting of a person, no matter if it's a celebrity or not. I think it is pretty uninteresting. But if I find an album that consists an autograph, it is fun to have as for value reasons, but not because it is a handwriting by Tina Turner or some celebrity. That I don't care about celebrities like that. But I picked this one. This is an album I showed I think a couple of years ago. And I was at a concert in the middle of the square in Sundsvall with the saxophone player Grace Kelly, a lady who have been a student of Lee Kunitz, which you also, as you can see, have done an album with, little humorously called Graceful Lee. And I felt, why not? It's not often I buy albums directly from concert, because I like this concert very, very much. So I went, she was selling these in the back of a truck or of a van. So I went there and said, hey, I want a copy. And she asked if I want it signed. And if you're having an artist that have been schooled by Lee Kunitz, that asks you if I want her autograph, it would be pretty dumb to say no. I don't care about you as a celebrity. So I said, well, okay. So I got the autograph there. Jorgen, peace and love, Grace Kelly. most beat album, and there I first misunderstood the word beat. I thought it was the album with the most beat, but I then checked it out and realized it was the most beat up cover, the most beat up album. And this one I've shown many times before, but it's that question. This is still the most beat up album I have, but I still have it proudly. This is a box set with Jazz at the Philharmonic, and as you can see, the cover, the album box itself looks horrible. It was like that when I bought it. The album's records itself looks very, very good, but the box looks in horrible shape. But I still bought it anyway. If you have a box set with Jazz at the Philharmonic right in front of you, do you care that it is a little bit banged up in the box? No, you buy it. I did. We have a record by a felon, someone who's been to jail. I had some choices. I could have picked Billie Holiday, Rick James, Billy Preston, but I went with this one, Art Pepper. He was in prison multiple times for drug-related reasons. This is Art Pepper and plus 11. He had a huge drug addict. He was a huge drug addict. Great musician though. An album with deceased members, with a band with deceased members. If I would have picked pop or rock albums, that would be a problem, because many of those I have. It might be one or two, but it was supposed to be with 3 or more members that were dead. Then I had to go back to jazz, where most of the musicians that I collect are dead. And if it's supposed to be a band, I felt like Modern Jazz Quartet was pretty obvious. Where I think all of them, I'm not sure. Maybe Connie Kay is still alive, but most of them are of course dead. I have to check that up if Connie Kay ordered or not. We have. I have different questions involving Bobby Gass, and I skipped the one that Bobby Gass would like, but I don't, because I don't keep albums that I don't like. With that being said, that I don't know if Bobby Gass would like everything I have, but those that I think I wouldn't like, that Bobby Gass like, I most likely don't have. But we have the opposites, an album that I like that Bobby Gass most likely don't like. I've hard time. I don't know that much now, but I have hard time thinking that Bobby Gass would like the 90s Eurodisco, like Basic Element, some really high energy Euro dance music from the mid 90s. I love this 90s music. I don't think I've seen that much Eurodance videos in his channel. We have a funny album. I showed Victor Borge in the official vinyl tag, and I felt like I wanted to show something else, so I went with this one. This is one of the funniest people I know that I have ever heard. And I do have something that looks like an album with him. I picked this special release with Groucho Marx. This is a couple of episodes with You Bet Your Life, his comedy quiz in the radio. The Marx Brothers movie careers was a bit downhill. Groucho Marx was a little bit worried what he would do, that his fame would fade away. So he got asked to do this, and he jumped right on it and did it for many years. And this is a Swedish label that released this episode from this classical quiz on CD in this very, very interesting CD cover. An album that we bought because of a VC member. I picked this one that our beloved Robert Z showed a couple of years ago. As I have started to listen to very much Steely Dan, when he praised it, I went into on YouTube and listened to some tracks on it, and it sounded very, very great. So I bought myself one of Steely Dan's Aja from 1977. And we have a VC channel that we wish would come back. There are many that I wish to come back. Many who I wish would start doing videos again. Hi Adam Ace Heaven, but I pick Dave Vinyl Vault. I think his channel was extremely funny to listen to. He was a very happy person and had overall a great musical taste. So I say Dave Vinyl Vault. A Nudity album. Not easy if you're going to be censored for it, if you're showing too much nudity. But I picked this one. I've shown this one before, so I think this one is pretty okay. This is another one of these that are so hilariously stupid, but it is also so funny. I picked this Hammond Hits a Go-Go with K Webb, aka Frank Valdor, with this lady who were photographed nude, but with different kind of paints. You have bombs on the breasts. You have a kind of a villain sneaking around here, and kind of a blue-gray leg. What was the purpose of this? I guess we will never know. An album with a cover, an album with a cowboy on the cover. That was tough. I don't listen to country music, so I had very hard time. I had to bend the rules. I guess it's okay with the cowgirl also. So I picked the only one I could think of. That was Madonna on the cover sleeve of her album Music from 2000. An album cover with a motorcycle. That was a little bit easier, not much though. But one album that felt pretty natural, and I took that, was Prince, Purple Rain. Not much to say about that one. And the final question, a VC channel that I wish would go away. Now you wouldn't expect me to answer that, wouldn't you? I'm not that kind of person who wishes people bad. So I hope that you have enjoyed this response to this unofficial bootleg version of the vinyl tag. There are some contests going on out there that have its deadline soon, so I may do answer to one of these. So until next time, I hope that every one of you have a real nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care and so long.